It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in at Dabraka, Accra. We are also live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5, Sky Power FM 93.5 and Beach FM 105.5 all in Takrady. Bono region, J Life FM 95.5 in Sunyain. Ashanti region, we are live on Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. The news is also live around the world on citynewsroom.com. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, Kwenyakon water plant to resume operations weeks after maintenance works due to activities of illegal mining.
When the last rains came, we saw that the water is changing. We believe that we're going to sustain that activity to ensure that not only here, but other parts of the country will be safe from those who are destroying our water bodies.
Also coming up, Interior Minister vows to recover over 400,000 cedis from former Gaming Commission Chief Executive Peter Miracle.
On Peter Miracle, I'm going to insist that he's invited to pay the money. 1. 2, the one who guaranteed a lady who is still working in the Gaming Commission, she's also going to be made to pay part of the money.
Still ahead, coalition of unpaid newly appointed teachers from colleges of education and universities gives a month ultimatum to government to pay outstanding 13-month salary arrears.
John Domari Mahama will come to our aid to help us get our salaries possibly this October, because we cannot go beyond October. As a matter of fact, we don't know how we are going to convey ourselves back home.
And later, New Patriotic Party refers its outspoken Bono Regional Chairman Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, to party's National Disciplinary Committee over alleged misconduct.
The behavior of the Bono Regional Chairman is becoming unbecoming. It's something that General Secretary of the party will not sit down for him to continue to misbehave.
All that and more on City Prime News, which is also live in the Volta region on Akwini Radio 96.7 in Pando, Heritage FM 107.3 in Hohoi, Northern region Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi, Upper East Word FM 88.3 in Zuarungu, Upper West, we are live on West Link 88.1 in Laura and Northeast region, we are live on Eagle FM 94.1 in Wali Wali.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us. Now, the Central Regional Minister, Idrama Ochre Ekopin, says the Kwenyakon water treatment plant will soon resume operations after dredging and minor repairs. He added that government will clamp down on illegal mining on the Ayensu River, which caused the crisis. He gave this assurance in an interview with City News after donating 10 water tanks to 5 districts on behalf of Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman.
The President of the Republic of Ghana is intentional about the fight against Galamsey, for which reason I can tell you that those who are creating that mess at Enum Apepem, which is why we are here, are being flushed off the area. When the last rains came, we saw that the water is changing. We believe that we're going to sustain that activity to ensure that not only here, but other parts of the country will be safe from those who are destroying our water bodies. And so today we are presenting 10 of these tanks to 5 assemblies that are hard hit with the crisis, and that is Gumwa Central, Gumwa West, Gumwa East, Aguna West, Nawuju Senya West. And so we are giving them 2 each. We are expecting more. Her Excellency is prepared to give us about 50 of them. And we're sure that while we're doing the maintenance, we're also looking forward to get more of the boreholes dug. I want to tell you that the few that we have are 7 purposes. What we may be looking at will be to look at what else can we do apart from the boreholes.
Central Regional Minister Idrama Ochre Ekopin. Meanwhile, the Awutu Senya East MCE said Sewono Banini has called for a probe into an illegal water business at Opekuma in Kasua. A private individual is accused of cutting a supply line, building a storage facility and selling water at high prices. The MCE urged Ghana Water Limited to investigate, noting that some of his officials may be involved.
The intel we have is that this is a pipe-borne water. So even if it's a borehole, there are people that think that it's pipe borne, and so if they were going to treat the water before using, because of the tag on it, they will let their guard down, and we don't want to wake up to another health crisis within our municipality. Reason why we have spoken to the water authorities, the engineers will be here to come and provide us with detailed technical report on what is happening here. In fact, if it so happens that the lines have been truncated, we are in for full report when the Ghana Water Company people come in here. And we'll be finished with formal findings on what is happening. Then we can be able to speak with it.
Municipal Chief Executive for Awutu Senior East said Seonu Banini. The coalition of unpaid newly appointed teachers from colleges of education and universities has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama over 13 months of unpaid salaries. The group, which staged a protest earlier today, lamented that the delay has plunged members into severe financial hardship, forcing many to rely on loans while still carrying out their classroom duties. Presenting the petition at the Jubilee House, convener Daniel Anoche urged government to clear all outstanding arrears and issue staff IDs by the end of October 2025.
We really believe that Excellency John Dramani Mahama will come to our aid to help us get our salaries possibly this October, because we cannot go beyond October. As a matter of fact, we don't know how we are going to convey ourselves back home to our various houses. When this borrowed was sufficient for us to come here alone. We don't know how we are going to go back home. And so we know everything is supposed to be rural. So we have to get our staff lines first. And so we are pleading as citizens of the Republic, as citizens of the Republic, that the presidency comes in our aid. Talk to the powers that be, give us whatever that needs to be done, give us our staff IDs and our salaries for us to also be sick, because we are surviving now. We are just pleading on your behalf to come to our aid. And you know that this petition will go to the president list, and when he gets there, we believe His Excellency, and he will come to our aid.
That was convener of the coalition of unpaid newly appointed teachers from colleges of education and universities, Daniel Anoche, now receiving the petition on behalf of the Office of the President. Presidential staffer Bridget Otu assured the group of the government's commitment to addressing their concerns.
He is the president, so the buck stops here. So it's good that you have come to the presidency. You said you have engaged the ministries, finance and education, but you're here. And you know, this government prioritizes teachers. I think we should take that into consideration. Look at the no fee stress policy. First year students had their fees cleared. Teachers, we don't want to see our teachers marching on the streets. It's the last thing we want to see. I don't know what has accounted for the 13 months without getting your IDs and being processed. So I am hoping that once you have brought this here, I will definitely take it in there. No, it will not be under my desk, as somebody said, you know. No, but it will be looked at as to why the delay has occurred. I have no idea. But what I can say to you, especially you, as you're very upset over there, that it will be looked at, and hopefully, like you said, whether it's October or November, this will be treated urgently, because we don't want to see our teachers on the street, because we need you in the classroom to teach our kids.
Bridget Otu is a presidential staffer. Let's go on the phone lines and speak to my colleague Samuel Akom, who followed the protesting teachers. Sammy, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. Tell us how the demonstration came to an end earlier today.
Right, thank you, Hawa. So, right from the Jubilee House, as you heard the voice of presidential staffer Bridget Otu, the group proceeded to the Ministry of Finance, and from here they will be headed to the Ministry of Education. But here, the Ministry of Finance, they got here, initially there were a bit of confusion in terms of crowd control, but everything was brought under control by the police officers here. And officials of the Finance Ministry came out to receive the petition. But before that, the official went back in and came to say that the Deputy Minister of Finance, Thomas Nyako Ampem, is available and would want to meet the leadership of the group. So they demanded for four of the leaders of the group to go in. So when they were going in, another confusion again in terms of how many people were to enter the office. And so the Deputy Minister of Finance came out seeking to engage them. And then again, there was a change of mind to finally agree to allow 4 people of the group to go in there to have the meeting. So currently, as I speak to you, the 4 members of the group are currently locked up in a closed-door meeting. It's not open to the media yet. So after that meeting, the Deputy Finance Minister, together with the leadership of the group, will come out here to brief us on what's transpired as to whether or not their demands have been met or yet some more promises. And then from here, we'll be headed to the Education Ministry, where the group will conclude its process for today.
Grateful for your time, Samuel Akome is my colleague here at Citi FM. Now, the Ghana Education Service is being urged to address concerns over excessive demands in the prospectus of some senior high schools. This follows growing frustration among parents, particularly from the Evangelical Presbyterian Senior High School in the Volta region, who have taken to social media to complain about what they describe as costly and burdensome admission requirement. Executive Secretary of the Institute for Education Studies, Dr. Peter Patti-Anti, speaking to Citi News, called on the Ghana Education Service to intervene swiftly and sanction schools that flout the approved prospectus. Away from that, the New Patriotic Party has referred its Bono Regional Chairman Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abronye DC, to the party's National Disciplinary Committee over alleged misconduct. In a petition submitted by General Secretary Justin Kodia Frimpong, the NPP said Abronye's actions were detrimental to the party's unity and image. Mr. Kodia, speaking to Citi News, says accountability and discipline remain non-negotiable in safeguarding the party's credibility.
First and foremost, everyone in this party needs to understand that no one is above or greater than the New Patriotic Party. And therefore, they need to be disciplined in our party. The behavior of the Bruno Regional Chairman is becoming unbecoming. And something that General Secretary of the party will not sit down for him to continue to misbehave. Not long ago, there was a video that was circulating, which in the video, he was making claims that people's name can be removed from the album, which I came out to clarify and make the point that he does not have that right, neither does even as General Secretary have that right to remove people's name from the album. That was the first point I made, only for him to come back and say that the audio was doctored. But how long was it going to take for him to come and respond to it? And just yesterday, there was also another video of him making serious allegations against the General Secretary of the party that the disciplinary committee submitted a report to me, which as far back as in 2023, and I sat on the report. In that report, it was indicting Honorable Kennedy Japan that the recommendation of the committee was for him to be expelled from the party, which is not even true. That's a serious false statement to be made by not a me person, but a regional chairman of our party, and this is unacceptable. So based on that, I have petitioned the disciplinary committee of our party to invite him and to prove where in their report they stated that Honorable Kennedy Japan should be expelled from the party.
General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodia Frimpong, 15 new NPP MPs from the Eastern region are challenging Dr. Brian Champon to provide evidence of his claim that some of them privately apologized for endorsing former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The MPs say the claim is false and aimed at undermining their public declaration of support. They are also dismissing Dr. Champon's suggestion that he warned the former vice president to be cautious about such endorsement. Member of Parliament for Wachiase, Kofi Ahinkra Mafo, told Citi News the group deserves a public apology if Dr. Champon cannot substantiate his allegation.
I've done an extensive investigation about that. And the conclusion is that none of the 15 has called to plead with him. And so we are asking him to produce an evidence or to show the whole world those people who came back to him to plead for forgiveness. He has a way of talking about that MP. He will not talk about the money in that regard. But when he goes to places like Achiase, where the MP is strong supporter of Bawumia, then he will incite the people, indicating to them that there was money that was meant for the constituency to be given to the polling station, but he doesn't know. They should ask the MP or they should ask the executive of the party. We believe that this will not augur well, and it doesn't bring unity, and it brings confusion and anarchy in the party. So in that case, we are also asking him that if he actually did that, then he should give us an evidence to tell the whole world, yes, indeed, that happened. More of these things, we feel that it is important for us also to shed light on this and ask him to, if he doesn't have evidence to suggest what he is saying, then he should retract, apologize to us, and then we move on as a party.
You heard MP for Wachiase Kofi Ahenkra Marfo, one of the 15 NPP MPs from the Eastern region who have endorsed Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still ahead, Interior Minister vows to recover over 400,000 cedis from former Gaming Commission Chief Executive Peter Miracle. We have details of that, plus other stories coming up shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Luckiest everywhere for everyone.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community could win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together, because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This October, Ghana's altar calls once again. After 7 unforgettable years of testimonies, tears, healing, and worship, the 8th edition of Women in Worship arrives with a divine charge, celebrating His faithfulness. Minstrels from Ghana, Germany, Nigeria to the United States, Ada Ehi, Rabna Tomi Favored, Ikiasa Wabunsu, and many more will gather at Perez Dome on October 5th. This isn't just another gospel concert. It's a testimony-centered, purpose-soaked, digitally powered movement curated for women, families, and nations. Grab your tickets now. Regular 100 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis plus beverage. Grab it online via Ego Tickets or www.eventpaddy.com. Short code USSD *713 *33 *30# or call Ticket Hotline 0248 810 396 or 0544 124 567. Tickets are available at Airport Shell, Hacho Shell, Bachano Total, Perez Dome, and more. Sponsors CMIH, Betamalt, Pepsodent, Gino, Palms by Eagles, Ebom Air, Awake Purified Drinking Water, PR Engineers, Media Partners, City FM. Brought to you by MTN Momo and powered by Quest. Women in Worship 2025. Daughter, you still have a voice.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. Interior Minister Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak has vowed to recover over 400,000 cedis from the former chief executive of the Gaming Commission, Peter Miracle. According to the 2024 Auditor General's report, a former employee, Moses Tay Mensah, was granted a 2-year study leave with pay totaling more than 400,000 cedis. However, he failed to serve the mandatory 3-year bond and has also refused to refund the money. Speaking at a Public Accounts Committee hearing today, the Interior Minister stated that due process was not followed in approving the leave and pledged to ensure the former chief executive is held accountable.
On this particular instance, he did not follow the laid down procedure for granting someone steady leave with pay. He didn't follow. Because when you do, you expect to get admission, you expect to all the things. When the person is in school, after every semester, the person will have to send the results for you to know that the person is still in school. He didn't follow all that. So I've asked the commissioner to write to me. I'm going to do 3 things. 1, on Peter Miracle, I'm going to insist that he's invited to pay the money. 1. 2, the one who guaranteed, a lady who is still working in the Gaming Commission, she's also going to be made to pay part of the money. And 3, on Tei Mensah himself, fortunately, immigration works under me. I'm putting him on the stop list. Any day he's coming to this country, he'll be arrested at the airport and he'll have to pay that money. This is the 3 things that I'm going to do. We will retrieve this money.
The Interior Minister also announced that government has increased the daily feeding rate for prison inmates from 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis. The move follows public concerns that the previous amount was inadequate to meet inmates' nutritional needs. He said the increase forms part of broader effort to improve conditions in Ghana's prisons and ensure humane treatment of all inmates.
They agreed to do the 5 cedis, and I even insisted that, yes, we need something now, even as we await the 5 cedis. Fortunately, we've started the budget process, it's in there. By the last quarter, His Excellency approved that 10 million, because it was going to take averagely 10 million a quarter. So if you see our next budget, you see there will be, and now we managed to separate it, because what used to happen, I'm sure Madam Chair is very, very familiar, it gets bulked in within the budget of the prisons. So you are not able to see it standing alone, to see how small it is. I've managed to convince my colleague, the finance minister, to let it stand alone. So now you see it when the budget can, it will be standing alone, and you see that prison feeding is standing at 40 million. That's 10 million per quarter.
That was the Interior Minister Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak. Meanwhile, Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Patience Bafo Boni, is calling for greater investment in the welfare of prisoners. She says improving prison conditions should be a key part of the country's overall strategy for public safety.
Beyond the feeding, there are a lot of challenges. And if we want to have serious public safety in this country, we have to prioritize the needs of prisoners. Because they are part of us, they will be with us, and we don't know who next is going to be our guests.
Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Patience Bafo Boni. Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dr. Dominic Ayene says government remains committed to reforms that will safeguard investor confidence in Ghana. Speaking at a stakeholder forum organized by the Office of the Registrar of Companies, Dr. Ayene stressed that accountability, transparency and fairness are key to building a resilient private sector. He also urged businesses to adopt enterprise risk management practices to anticipate challenges and ensure long-term competitiveness in the economy.
I wish to reaffirm the commitment of my office to supporting the ORC and all its stakeholders in its efforts to build a business climate that is efficient, fair, and resilient. I would also reaffirm government's commitment to supporting reforms that promote accountability, strengthen enforcement of the laws, and safeguard investor confidence. A sound and predictable legal framework is the backbone of a thriving business environment. It ensures fairness, protects stakeholders, and creates the certainty that businesses need to invest, innovate, and expand. I also want to acknowledge the role of the media in this effort. By informing, educating, and engaging the public, the media plays a crucial role in ensuring that the principles of transparency, compliance, and risk awareness reach all corners of our business community. Your partnership in amplifying the outcomes of this symposium will be vital in this respect.
You heard Attorney General and Minister for Justice Dr. Dominic Ayene. A water crisis has hit parts of Nungwa in Accra, where dry taps and empty tankers have pushed desperate residents to rely on seawater. The shortage, which has persisted for nearly a month, is disrupting daily life and sparking appeals for urgent relief. Citi News' Kennedy Chumesi visited the community and reports that residents are calling on authorities to intervene quickly to restore regular water supply.
At Nungwa Seaside, I met Agnes Nuga. She tells me her husband, a water tanker driver, has been rendered jobless, not because there's no demand, but because there's no water to supply.
It is true. The water shortage here is worrying. We have planned to protest as a result of this because we don't know where to get quality water. Hairdressers, barbers, and others are all struggling. We are calling on the government to come to our aid. My husband is a water tanker driver and he has not got water for days to supply.
Like many families, theirs now depends on salty and safe seawater for basic chores.
Not everyone wants seawater because some say it is not hygienic for consumption. We can't use it for daily use, so we want the government to restore supply.
Across the township, the signs of desperation are evident. Empty polytanks, padlocked taps, and the once reliable lifeline reduced to silence. Neighborhoods such as Nungwa Mamli, Cold Store, and Seaside are among the worst affected. For weeks, residents have struggled just to get by. Food vendor Benisa Amwakon shares her ordeal.
Mimi say me aduane ton nsu hu ya din a eha ye mpa no de ye na da wo ye ni ba bia ye kwakobu nsuo enti se wo fa wo sapone.
I sell food, and without water, it has become very difficult to cook. My last resort is to fetch water from the sea. On days when there's no water, I cannot cook to sell. The seawater is not hygienic.
Because chemical and normal and normal the air sing akogupuni. Inti anone di aje se wudi besi niema. Ana se dwaye mpon esa odi that will be a day. Eguman sabai emu bebre nim. Inti me de ho ye den de amenko hokra.
In Nungwa Mamli, the problem runs deeper. For months, residents here have seen hope vanish drop by drop.
The water has stopped flowing. We rely on tanker drivers to supply us water at exorbitant prices.
Bullets. Onumuna got bunsun wono yajeska. Unse papi biche tokomasi. On babes so many years. Well, maybe wa onunda ye polytank. Nti hire ana ho na yako bunsun wo. Se mami no so sa ya how.
There is a polytank behind us, and because of the shortage, the owner has stopped selling water. We have resorted to gallons from water supplies as a result. The situation is evident across the area.
Yellow gallon now go find so baby for and son of better can stand out the baby. Well, I had the so the a problem.
Many now buy water at exorbitant prices from tanker operators traveling from distant towns. Even public washroom operators who serve hundreds each day are barely coping, relying on costly deliveries to keep their doors open.
I want the government to address this problem. When the water stops flowing, I struggle to operate the washroom. Without water, I have no choice but to close it down.
That was a resident of Nungwa, ending that report by my colleague Kennedy Chumesi. And that's it for today's edition of the City Prime News. Please log on to citynewsroom.com for more stories. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Good afternoon.
City News. We